Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Animal Kingdom, the game. Today we are talking about the prehistoric animal builds. Prehistoric animal builds are builds in the game you won't be able to get until level 50. Let's get started. Our first animal is the saber-toothed tiger. Smilodon, or saber-toothed tiger, was a cat build that was most viable in the Ice Age expansion and was one of the largest big cats to ever walk the earth. Offensive traits: saber-tooths had big teeth that dealt massive damage. However, they broke quite easily, so they were saved for the finishing blow and also used them for butchering their loot. They had a very weak bite. However, they did have very strong arms, indicating that they killed their prey by delivering deadly paw swipes and strangling it. And this species, being one of the largest and bulkiest of the big cat builds, had possibly one of the strongest arms in the game. Game plan: all saber-tooths were long-distance runners and possibly pack hunters. They specialized on hunting mammalian megafauna. When they catch their targets, they strangled them with their powerful arms and on occasion finished them off with their fangs when they were too weak. They had good matchups against humans thanks to their pack hunting skills and brutal strength. The next animal is the megatherium, or giant ground sloth. The giant ground sloth, also known as megatherium, is the main species of the megatheridae family. It is and was one of the largest land mammals to exist, and it is the biggest sloth build discovered by data miners. The giant ground sloth was herbivorous and fed on leaves such as yuccas, olives, and grasses. While it fed chiefly on terrestrial plants, it could also stand on its hind legs and use its tail as a balancing tripod, and reach for upper growth vegetation. Next is the woolly rhino. The woolly rhinoceros is a stronger version of the modern-day rhinoceros build that was plentiful during the Ice Age. It is now unable to be unlocked until you reach level 50. Modern rhinos were hyper-aggressive, often attacking anything they detect in their territories, which can include ridiculous things such as trees, rocks and termites mounds. But the woolly rhinos, despite having the same issues, made up for it with their higher power and defense. Because of that, modern rhinos are not as overpowered as woolly rhinos. Abilities: horns. While these aren't really horns, they are intimidating gear nonetheless. These could eliminate the groups of attacking Neanderthals and wolves these guys had to deal with. Weaknesses: the weaknesses of a woolly rhino are similar if not the same as the modern-day rhino, but we will list them. Poor eyesight. This means that they couldn't really tell if there was an enemy nearby or that was a teammate. This really damaged their viability. Next is the giant of all snakes, Titanoboa. Titanoboa was a snake built from the mid-late Paleocene. This build is the largest of the snake build. Like other constrictors, it used its body to defeat its prey very easily. It had good power, defense, health and stealth. It also was amphibious. The only disadvantage is that it was vulnerable to attacks itself while trying to defeat another player. Next is the mastodon. The American mastodon was a mastodon built that played throughout the North American biome. Despite having similar aesthetics, it was not related to the woolly mammoth. In fact, they weren't even elephants. If anything, they were more related to Genthosaurs than elephants. Abilities: trunk. The trunk was a useful thing because it worked as a fifth appendage. Tusk. This granted a disjointed hitbox and a massive intimidation bonus. They do look like mammoths, but in fact, they weren't. Next is the woolly mammoth. The woolly mammoth was an elephant build that was playable during the Pleistocene, which is now unable to be unlocked until you reach level 50. Woolly mammoths had the highest HP of any build who lived in the Ice Age tundras. They also had powerful gear, just like modern-day elephants. Like any elephant, mammoths had a trunk and long tusks. Trunks are a huge advantage, especially for quadruple builds. Players can pick up objects and or grab them without unlocking bigalism. Next is the Parasratorium. Parasratorium, also known as Indrocogarium or Belucavarium, was a build from the Oligocene expansion. This build is related to the rhinoceros, but it was hornless. This build was the second largest terrestrial land mammal, after the Paleoxodon. Next is the cave bear. The cave bear was first introduced into the game in the Quaternary time period. This build is under the mammal faction and in the bear group. The cave bear is an omnivorous build and went extinct in the Holocene. It later became being unable to be unlocked until you reach level 50. And finally we have the Asian straight-tusked elephant or Paleolopsidon amodicus. Paleolopsidon amodicus, Asian straight-tusked elephant, are large, ground-dwelling tank builds that existed during the Ice Age. Like modern elephants, they were the largest land mammals to roam the earth, the second being Parasratorium. Movies: trunk swipe, a long-range move that deals small damage relative to attack stat. Tusk charge, a heavy impaling move that deals huge damage. Trunk grab, a utility move that grabs things into the players. Trample, a passive effect of running that kills small players. Detect, ability that detects water and enemies.